back at it.
Hi, my name is Nathan, and this is Infinite Repeat. I just realized I never introduced myself in the beginning of my videos. No camera today, decided to go back to my old animated self for this video, and I just wanted to make a video talking about the recent Game Awards. It always surprises me how much people actually care about the Game Awards. Like, I thought we were all in agreement that the best thing about the Game Awards were the new game trailers. Like, I play one new game a year, so I can really care less on who wins and who loses. I mean, shout out to Astrobot, I guess, a game that I didn't play, but I'm sure it deserved it.
And the game of the year is... well, Astrobot!
Anyway, let's talk about trailers. So real quick, Tekken, a game I still have not played, really need to get around to that, is getting a new guest character. Live Rascal! And unlike Mortal Kombat 1, I actually look forward to Tekken's guest characters. Well, except for Negan from The Walking Dead. That was a weird pick.
Lucille, give me strength.
Get out! But hey, at least this character is actually from a video game. Not gonna lie, this guy looks pretty cool. He looks pretty fun. A lot of particle effects going on, and I really like the stage.
And I for hope.
Maybe I need to play Final Fantasy 16. I mean, I still need to play 15 and 13 for that matter. Actually, when's Sora gonna show up at Tekken? That's what I want. Imagine Sora versus Yoshimitsu. Speaking of Sora, where was Kingdom Hearts 4, Square Enix? The last Kingdom Hearts trailer was what, 2 years ago? Also, no Persona 6 news. Come on, Atlas. Alright, maybe next year. I'll be honest, a lot of the games that were revealed I wasn't too interested in, mostly because it was sequels to games I've never played. One game though did catch my eye just a little bit, and it's a game called Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, because it turns out that this game is being made by Naughty Dog. Wow, I didn't know these guys made other games besides Last of Us and Uncharted. All jokes aside, this game looks I can't even say mid because they didn't really show much. I've never been much of a fan of cinematic trailers. I mean, it's a sci-fi game, a new IP, that's cool. Main character looks like Ripley from Alien 3. And then there was a lot of product placement in this trailer, which was very funny to see. As soon as I saw the Adidas, I was reminded of Spider-Man 2 and Miles' god-awful costume in that game. I guess Sony isn't making enough money with their movies, so they have to put advertisements in all their games now. Don't know how this game will play, but we get one moment where the character is wielding what looks like a lightsaber versus a giant robot. But then I'm reminded that Naughty Dog games aren't really known for their gameplay, at least not anymore. Like, I've never played the Uncharted series, but anytime anyone's ever talked to me about those games, they almost never mention the gunplay. And even though I really like Last of Us, no one really plays Last of Us for the gameplay. It's all about the story, so hopefully this game has good writing.
I mean, it's alright, like...
Okay, how about some games that actually show gameplay, like Split Fiction from the studio Haze Light.
You know, we sure cause a lot of explosions.
This studio is really keeping couch co-op alive. The split screen co-op is pretty much almost dead, which is sad because I remember having so much fun playing games like Marvel Ultimate Alliance with my sister. You know, where both people don't have to buy the game, only one of you needs to, and you can just both enjoy the game. Now, I haven't played their previous games, but they all look really fun, and I'm definitely going to give this one a try. It looks like you play as two writers who are thrust into a virtual reality world where they have to experience the stories they made come to life. But it turns out, shocker, that the owner of this company is actually evil. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the movie Ready Player One, but actually interesting. Like, I know some people like this movie, but I thought it kind of sucked. This, on the other hand, looks really good. Like, you'll be jumping between both sci-fi and fantasy worlds. Maybe I should check out the other games in the studio. Maybe on a gaming channel? Please subscribe. Then there was Steel Hunters by Wargaming.
Forging souls into steel, turning hope into a hunt for the fate of humanity.
A mech fighter game, which is actually something I've been trying to look into. But anytime I go on Steam and look up any mech type games, they all have like mid or really bad reviews. So here's hoping for this game. I hope it doesn't suck. Looking at the combat, a lot of it reminds me of Pacific Rim mixed with Zoids. Anyone remember Zoids? That was a fun anime. Anyway, I love giant robots, so I'm hoping this game will be good. Next up, we had RGG Studio working on another game called Project Century. And I don't know how this studio does it. They are just always releasing games. At first I thought this was another studio inspired by the Yakuza franchise until I saw a familiar logo pop up. And I love the Yakuza franchise. The studio literally does not miss. This is an easy purchase for me. The gritty combat looks great. And for some reason it really reminds me of Old Boy, if you've ever seen that movie. And I love that it takes place in a whole nother time period. That's really cool. I'm really looking forward to this game. And then finally, of course, we got to talk about probably the biggest reveal of all. We got a new reveal trailer for Witcher 4.
To go to the gods.
Gods? There are no gods here. There are only monsters.
Now, Witcher 3 was a game that really caught me by surprise. It was a game that was not on my radar at all. Like, I'd never heard of the Witcher franchise, never read the books, and I probably wouldn't have played the game if not for my sister who introduced me to it. And I really enjoyed my time with the game, especially that last expansion, Blood and Wine. I thought that was a great ending to the game, a great ending to Geralt's story. And I'm so happy we're continuing the story with Ciri. Now, this was announced a while ago that Ciri was going to be the main character because, obviously, if you played the last game, it was clearly going in that direction. But I did hear some people hoping to either play as Geralt again or play as their own Witcher in the next game. And while I don't mind the idea of creating my own character in this universe, I much prefer continuing the story of Ciri. I did not want Ciri to be a side character while I play as a created character in the Witcher universe. Maybe a spin-off, but yeah, Geralt's story's done. It's time for Ciri to shine. I did not go through all those side missions to not continue her story in this one, and I'm really looking forward to this game. It's probably, for most people, going to be the most anticipated game of next year, besides, you know, Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, I don't really want to psychoanalyze this trailer. I'm sure enough YouTubers are probably going to be doing that. Once again, it's another cinematic trailer, so not much to really talk about besides the tone and the fact that Ciri is the main character. More than anything, I'm just kind of hoping that the gameplay is better in this game. There's a lot of things I like about Witcher 3, but in my opinion, I never really got down with the combat in that game. Maybe I wasn't really engaging with it, but as someone who plays a lot of character action games, I'm kind of just used to like really fast-paced, fun combat where you just feel like you're just dominating your enemies. And while killing monsters in the Witcher universe was fun, I never really felt like a real Witcher, at least in my opinion. I don't know. I actually had more fun playing as Ciri in Witcher 3 than I had with Geralt, honestly. There was moments where I had fun with like the magic system and the tonics, but for the most part I didn't really enjoy the combat of Witcher 3 that much. Now I know most people, that doesn't really matter, especially when it comes to RPGs. Most people just play RPGs for the story, and I completely understand that. But you know, every once in a while I would like a decent combat system, and I do wonder if they're going to go more of an action direction with this game. I feel like with a lot of RPGs now, especially for long running series, are going in more of an action direction. Like you look at Final Fantasy, that game has pretty much pivoted from turn-based to action. The recent Dragon Age game has become more of an action game. So I do wonder if Witcher 4 will take that leap into more of an action genre. We'll see how that pans out. Either way, I'm really looking forward to this game. And I would love to know what you guys thought of this Game Awards. What games are you looking forward to? What games stood out to you? And did your favorite game win any awards? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, like this video and consider subscribing for future videos. I don't always talk about games on this channel, but if this video does well, maybe I'll consider talking about more games in the future. As always, this is Infinite Repeat. I've been Nate. Stay up.